Let me get this right. You bought the bottle of beer about 11:15?
Yeah, I bought the beer and I accidentally dropped it.
You bought the bottle of beer at 11:15?
At 11:15, 11:15.
Then why wasn't the bottle cleaned up? Why did we find it still there, spilled on the floor after the shoot?
After we was leaving, after I left, other people was coming in. When we was leaving.
But you don't remember what they
But
had.
they look.
But you bought the bottle of beer definitely at 12:15.
Yeah, it was 12:15. Exactly. If I'm not mistaken, it was.
Now you see something? Now you see now. You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
See what I'm saying?
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
The more questions that cop asked, the more I thought I wasn't gonna never see daylight again.
And this time you said you bought the bottle of beer.
I was just waiting for them to tell me they seen that damn videotape, but they hadn't.
No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you? No, you done fucked up.
Yo, what's up? What's up? Welcome back.
Welcome.
It's the Married and Shit podcast. So, I played that clip because that's exactly what I felt like last weekend. Yeah, it was last weekend, right? The weekend before last, actually. And I think I'm backtracking already on the first podcast because I know I was saying that we was going to prove that all black men ain't shit on this podcast. And I think I'm backtracking already because I think I misspoke. I think the truth is all men ain't shit in at least one aspect or at least one time in their life. You ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? At least one time or at least one aspect of your life. So, but we'll get into that. We'll explain what I'm talking about a little later in this podcast today. So, how was your weekend in general?
It was really great.
We had your homegirl in town.
Oh, yeah.
Look, you forgot that quick.
No,
you had a little too many drinks, then.
No, I had to think about it. I was like, are we going back to the weekend of... Never mind. Yeah, time just fly by.
And we had some kin folks come over. Was that this weekend?
It was a long weekend.
That is crazy. That was all this weekend.
That was all this weekend.
You had the cousin gathering. We usually have a bunch of cousins that come over. My house is kind of like the kicking spot. We call it Club Jrumz, and we kick it over here.
Lots of birthdays.
Yeah, man. Lots of friends, good close friends, and family only. You know, it's VIP. It's exclusive. You know. But so yeah, we had some cousins over, kicked it. That was fun as usual. And your homegirl, your best friend, my
Truski. Shout out to True.
What up, Lauren?
Yes, my A1 since day one. Everybody, well, most people know I'm from Chattanooga, and that's the realest friend I've ever known in history since I've been alive. Lauren, I call her my True because she's not a best friend, she's not a sister, she's all of that in one, but I just can't narrow it down to best friend, aka cousin, so I call her my True. But anyway, so we celebrate the True birthday as well as, you know, our daughter and son and all the Pisces out here that we're close to. So it was a very big weekend. Yeah, it was a homecoming.
Our kid's birthday this month. So yeah, so we did celebrate our daughter's birthday Monday. Mm-hmm. Today is actually Tuesday. So it was yesterday. I mean, my week is so thrown off. I don't even know. But so yeah, so that happened. We did celebrate our children's birthday.
Adrian, she turned 2. She turned 2. And,
so took her to Build-A-Bear. I don't know why y'all didn't tell me Build-A-Bear was so damn high that they charge $40 for a bear, a stuffed bear in there. But it was fun. The experience was nice. You know, it was fun. The kids love it. But yeah, they definitely hustling in there, man. I like that. I like that hustle they got going with the bears, man. I wish I would have thought about that.
Yeah, it was more than I expected. It was like, it's like having another child because all the accessories and stuff. But
yeah,
you know, just what all you can buy. You know, but it was really dope.
Yeah, you really nice. Get to build your bear. I mean, it's real
opportunities.
They even put a little heart in it at the end.
Yeah, personalize it.
They got voices you can put in there. It's just all type of stuff, all type of outfits. So yeah, that was cool, man. But Build-A-Bear was fun. And of course she had the good ice cream cake later on. She enjoyed that.
But we started out
that cinnamon roll. Yeah, that big ass cinnamon
breakfast.
Roll. Yeah, my mama called me about that cinnamon roll. She was like, I gotta go get a baby a cinnamon roll for
But what's
breakfast.
crazy is any other time I swear it'd be like grandparents be like, I want to give them that.
No, it would have been okay if she done it.
See, I wasn't trying to say. I'm glad you said it first.
Yeah, it would have been okay if she done it, but
that's what I'm saying. Be grandparents when they gone away.
We can't do it.
No, we can't do it. But when they gone, they can sweeten them up and spoil them rotten and all that stuff. As soon as we do it, it's a whole nother ball game. But I took the initiative to do it and give her what she wanted.
Didn't really even want it. She ate like a chunk of it and just a piece, and then wanted some oatmeal.
Yeah, she ain't a really sweet eater though.
So yeah, that was fun, man. We definitely enjoyed hanging out with the daughter. I was off yesterday, so I got to spend the whole day with baby girl, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
You can tell she knew it was her day too. That's what threw me off. I was like,
she was acting
you
super
just
brand
know
new
it's your day
the whole day.
She was.
I was like, you ain't gotta act like that. You really don't. But,
trying to prepare her. How old are you? 2.
Right.
I was like, okay, girl, you better own this too.
Yeah, she was on the sport tip.
She was, and it carried over.
Yeah, and then so our son's birthday is Friday.
Yeah. And
we gonna kick it with him all day Friday. I'm gonna take off Friday morning, get off a little early. We gonna hit the RP Mills with him, and we're gonna end up seeing Black Panther. So it's gonna be a good day. Speaking of Black Panther,
yeah, I think you should go back to
that segues right perfectly in to this topic. So Black Panther dropped this weekend. It was a Black Panther weekend.
This past weekend.
Yep, it was Black Panther, and of course they breaking all the records. I believe it was like 200 million or something, or almost 200 million if it wasn't over that, for the opening weekend. And that's not even counting yesterday, because yesterday was a holiday, so there was extra money that's going to be in on that for the holiday weekend. So they're already saying it's the biggest holiday opener in history, and it's the biggest Marvel opener in history. So it's breaking records, and it's broken some more records than that already. I can't remember everything I heard about it, but
I think it says 242 million record opening weekend.
So yeah, it's man, hey man, it's
the
a reason.
The fourth day is 404 million.
Yeah, it's
Let's
crazy.
Go. Okay.
It's crazy. So black people showed up and showed out this weekend, man.
We support what we
it
want.
Was
support.
Yeah, it was, energy was definitely hype. I loved it. Facebook and Instagram and everything. All the posts, everybody dressed in all the African garb and paraphernalia, and just all the kind of camaraderie around the movie.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It definitely pumped some pride into the black community, and I hope it can carry over and not just be a fantasy. You know
what this remind me of, though, baby?
What?
It kind of gives me that feeling when the eclipse happened, though. that high, like that real
it's
high
real.
vibration, that energy.
The eclipse was surreal, and it kind of like this weekend was kind of a surreal,
Yeah,
a little bit, and
one of them all moments.
and the black movie, you know, and in a metaphorical sense, did eclipse all the other movies. You know what I'm saying? It really did, and I think it's definitely symbolic that all of this kind of blackish and wokish stuff is kind of happening off the cusp of this eclipse. All of the Confederate stuff, the statues being taken down, and all this thing, all of these things started happening. They started using white supremacy in the media. You know, they never really used that term before the eclipse. You know, if you think about it. So
a turning point.
So yeah, it's definitely a turning point in America. So whether or not black people created this movie or funded this project, I think it's irrelevant. I think it's the energy and the art behind it. I think often higher powers and spiritual stuff speak through art because they can't really talk to you directly, so they talk through the artists and they talk through these movies and music and things like that. So I think it's more of a symbolic thing. Almost like the president, no shade, that was symbolic, you know. That didn't physically change anything, just like this movie won't physically change anything, but it was symbolic to see black men in power, and I think it did something for the psyche of black people and black kids, and it gave them something different to shoot for outside of, you know, a basketball player or a rapper or the dope boy or whatever, you know, he might have access to typically. So I think it's a good turning point. This movie was a good thing, and I hope we can take this energy and transfer it into some positive action. Because if we can spend that much money at the movies, man, we can do so much. We can do so much. You know, the fact that we can all come behind. It didn't matter what church you went to, what faith you believed in. It didn't matter what background, what hood you came from, what set you claimed, was you poor, you're rich. Black people got behind this movie. You know what I'm saying? And we went out and we spent money, and we should be able to do the same thing to build an economy. You know, basically, we can do that in one weekend. We can do that almost every weekend, and we can build banks and grocery stores and schools and things that we need overnight. So we ain't always on the back end asking for handouts. We can control our future instead of letting other people control our future. So if you want a Wakanda, you got to fight for it. We got to take that Wakanda energy from the movie and transfer it into some real life. And I ain't even seen the movie, so I'm excited to go see it.
Right.
So.
And I'm glad, one thing I can say, because you know, you kind of hear people talk about when a good movie or anything come out, people spoil it. Like, if you want to know anything that happened, go on social media. One thing I can say is I haven't read not one post that talked about the movie in detail. And it could just be my timeline. But everybody just strongly supported the movie as a whole and didn't spoil it. They were just like giving their opinions about it, and that was it. I mean, I don't know if that's just a coincidence, not a coincidence, but just kind of, something that unintentionally just didn't happen. I don't know, but I'm just, there was one thing I noticed that I didn't see anybody talk about specific moments. It was just the energy. It was just how we all came together. It was the environment when they went there. It was nothing about, I don't think
nobody wanted to spoil it.
Nobody. That's what I'm saying. Nobody really wanted to spoil that moment, that experience. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people subconsciously felt that you just gotta go. Yeah. You just gotta go.
People kind of respected this movie.
They respected it. I even had a conversation with, a relative, and he called and he was like, man, I ain't trying to spoil it, but man, it hit me, it was an effect. So he said it may not hit, affect other people like it did him, but just hearing that, and he didn't even want to spoil it and tell you why. He was like, you just gotta go see it. So I'm like,
we might have to come back and do a little slight review.
Yeah, we do.
And just kind of give our perspective and our take on that movie once we see it. Because I got a feeling it probably does have some good stuff to take away.
Oh yeah.
Minus just the good movie. You know what I'm saying? I think it does have some things that'll hit people subliminally about, you know, your history or just your heritage or your indigenous culture that you might realize. You know, they might put some things in this movie to you that you might not accept it if you didn't see it in this movie.
If you see it that way,
so,
yeah. I'm curious on knowing how.
So I'm curious to see how it may have affected people, because everybody did come away with this high energy.
Man,
like, everybody like Wakanda forever.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
yes.
Like so. I was like, yo, it's just, you know, it's beautiful, man. You know, it'll make you tear up the way, you know, you were seeing black people act this weekend,
right?
You know, over this movie, and you know, and I like I said, I just hope it's here to stay. I just hope it ain't just one of those things, which I know it is for a lot of people. But
a temporary high.
Yeah, it's a temporary high, you know.
Feeling, yeah.
It's a feel good thing, which we need that.
We do.
You know, not to say we don't need it, because we definitely don't need a bunch of more slave movies. We need more stuff like this.
Exactly.
And I think it's the beginning.
A different frequency.
Right, and this is the beginning of raising the frequency. This is the beginning of changing how we view ourselves.
Yep.
You know, give the kids and ourselves something else.
Other perspective.
Yeah, to think about.
We are,
yeah, exactly.
As human beings. Yeah.
Exactly. You got to see yourself in these type of lights before you can really attain them. Mm-hmm. To be honest, because if you don't know anything, if you don't know this type of thing exists, I mean, you don't know to shoot for it.
Right.
Like, you just like, if you know. If we never seen a black president, we would still
about to say that.
Never
now
think black people
say,
couldn't be the president.
You can be the president.
Now they saying that, even
right.
though, you know, truly we know everybody can't be the damn president, you know, and most black people would never be the president. And that's something that would it would almost never happen to most black people. You know, I can almost put my money on that. But you know, but at least the fact that you've seen it, you know that it's possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A child that's growing up that doesn't know the history, but knows there was a black president. Now, he doesn't have the same fear of rejections and these things that we have. So he can go attain something like that. He has more of a chance of actually being something great.
Provides hope.
Yep, he gives you that hope. All right, so cheers to Wakanda.
Cheers to Wakanda. Clink, clink, clink.
Wakanda. So, to the topic.
To the topic. What's the topic,
And
baby?
the topic of the day is, you know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? So, it's a long story here. Where do we begin? One sunny afternoon, it was one bright and sunny Saturday morning, and it really was a beautiful day outside. I ain't even gonna lie, it was like a pretty ass Saturday. I remember. Well, it was kind of leaning toward afternoon, but it was
Weekend,
it was early in the morning, and it was, and I think we had already kind of. You know, it was a feel good Saturday. We had been up kicking it with the kids, do what we do. You know, about to cook some breakfast. You know, I might have had a morning drink already. But you know, it's Saturday. Hey, you know,
that's our chill day.
That's what we do, and I always like to pour out a little something for the ancestors.
Okay,
so you know,
sure.
I like to keep them hydrated. Mm-hmm. So. But yeah, so you know how we do, you know, on the Saturday, you know, Saturday afternoon, you know, it's good, and so I'm feeling good. We go to the store.
Not we.
Well, I go to the store. That's right. I go by myself. And what do we even need? I don't even know why I go to the store.
It was like just some put together stuff. I think it was like something to drink,
it was
maybe
something
some
quick.
bacon.
We was finna make
I don't know. It was just
like,
something really
it
quick,
was
like
something
a
quick
few
for the
items.
afternoon. Something
We so detailed.
brunchish.
I was just about
You know.
Why I feel like you be reading my mind. I'm gonna start saying it.
Well, I probably do, you know.
I know, but I be thinking this, and I be like, and then when I don't say it, you come and say it, and I'm like, God damn.
Got that connection,
You know,
man.
you get out my
You know what I'm
head.
saying?
Okay.
But
so brunches, you're at the
we
store.
was
got
at
some
brunches,
items.
and I don't even know what I was gonna get or anything. But fellas, how you be at the store and you be like, man, I don't even know, should I get this, or I forgot something, or something. You got to call, and you just like trying to figure out what it is you need to get. You know what I'm saying?
It's
something you just know you done forgot something on the list. So I'm walking around the store. I'm like, all right, let me call her. So I call her. Long story short, I get to the point where we've been in the store. I've been walking around for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes talking to her, shopping. At this point we just on the phone shopping together and shit.
Are you still in the store? I thought you had left. Oh.
Huh?
I thought you was on your way walking to the car.
No, I'm still in the store.
Oh.
So you want to let me finish my story?
Okay.
All right. So we just shopping and shit at this point. And so as I'm getting ready to check out, so keep in mind, I'm shopping and I'm checking out, and we ain't said nothing on the phone in like 2 to 5 minutes. It feels like I don't even know. We just on the phone at this point. I done forgot she on the damn phone.
Yeah, it's true though. It was a little silent.
You got your. I know y'all asking how you forget you was on the phone, nigga. We got earbuds, so these days we keep the earbuds in.
That's true. Yeah.
We got the earbuds in, phone in the pocket. I'm hands free shopping. You just I just forgot. You just forget you was on the phone. So, on the way out, I'm still on the phone, and then all of a sudden, I noticed this woman actually coming in to the store. And as a matter of fact, why don't you, because you could probably tell me what did I say? What did you hear me? What did you hear me say? What did you hear me say? What did you hear me say? Why are you laughing? What did you hear me? That's so damn funny. So now she got the giggles and shit.
Because I'm into it. Like I don't
she
even know
ready
what
for
happened.
this. Yeah, she all into the story. Cut to you. So what? I just wanted to just know how you heard it, because I don't really even know exactly what I said. To be honest.
So let me get my perspective. So. Yes, we're on the phone. He's doing his shopping, and it gets to the point where yes, he made sure he got everything, and there's a silence. I don't know. We just had a little silent moment, and I end up realizing there was a silence, and I hear you in the background. So it ain't like it was silent. I didn't know you was there. It's like I kind of hear you. I felt like you had already checked out. Because I was trying to make sure, okay, let me make sure
I think I had checked out. I think I did check out.
I feel like you was walking to the car.
Yeah, I think I was walking to the car. You're right. I think I was walking right out. I think I was walking out the store.
Yeah, I was imagining everything. I'm like, okay, he asked me questions. I got that. Okay, so and you telling me, okay, babe, I got that. Anything else? So then there was there was a silence for a minute, and then next thing I know, I heard you talk. I heard you speak, and you were like. Something cute as hell.
No, you done fucked up, don't you?
That's all I felt.
But
that's all I heard right there.
What I heard in my head was, damn, she cute as hell.
No, you done fucked up, don't you?
That's all I heard in my damn head, though. As soon as I said it.
I heard it, and then I confirmed it subconsciously, did I hear that? And I didn't say nothing for about a few seconds. And then I was like, babe.
No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, you done fucked up, don't you?
That's all I heard in my head.
And
I couldn't even speak.
After I was calling you, I kind of heard the phone was rambling, and in my head, I was like, this nigga trying to act like, because I know I heard what I heard, but let me make sure I heard what I heard.
Yo, when I tell you, nigga was sweating. I ain't gonna lie.
After the rambling, I heard a giggle. I heard you giggle. You know I know how you laugh. It's one of them. I can't even do it, but it was.
You know why I giggle?
It was a quick little giggle. You know
why I giggle?
No, you done fucked up, don't you?
You know you done fucked up.
That's why I was giggling. I couldn't even help it. I knew I was in big
And
damn
my
trouble.
intuition was like, Netta, I think you heard it. And I'm up here, I'm evaluating in my head like, I heard cute as hell. Okay.
Yo,
how
I
can
totally didn't my dumb ass done forgot I'm on the phone. And I don't
Yes,
even
you
know why
did.
niggas do that. Like, I got a problem with talking to I talk to myself.
And see,
so
I
that's
knew you
something that
forgot.
I
You
admit.
lucky
I
you
talk to
got
myself.
somebody.
I mumble to myself. And I don't know. And I gotta stop talking to my damn self. That's one of the things I felt. I was like, shit, I gotta quit talking to my damn self because shit like that happened. But yeah, I don't even know. I guess I thought I said it in my head, but I said it out loud, and I was like, oh shit. And so as soon as I said it, like I said, all I heard in my head was,
No, you done fucked up, don't you?
and I couldn't even speak. I felt like I was under the same light that nigga Kane was under with Bill Duke. I felt like Bill Duke was on my neck. Like, nigga,
No, you done fucked up, don't you?
I was like,
said
oh
heavy
man.
tweets.
I was like, yo, I couldn't even. I was like, I couldn't even figure out an answer, and that was like the longest damn walk to the car.
And
the longest
and the
ride
store is just about
the store is literally
a minute and 10
less
seconds
than a
away.
minute and 10 seconds
It's
from
like
the
from
crib.
getting
Like
out the
I can look at
crib,
the
going out-
balcony I can look out the window and see the store.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
it's
driving
literally
is like
walking
a-
distance.
exactly.
It's like a couple of minute walk. So for a drive, it's like less than a minute. Nigga, that drive felt like 5-10 minutes. And then when I got in the parking lot, I sat in the car for another 5 minutes. Because I was like, I don't even want to go in the house. Like, this is going to be terrible because y'all don't know, my wife is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we've been through, she's done a lot of growing. So, thank God for that. Otherwise, this situation, we wouldn't even be able to have this podcast.
Yeah, honestly, I can't
But-
even. I gotta strongly agree with you on that because, boy. So after you said it, I was trying to confirm, and normally then I wouldn't even wait for no confirmation. Nigga, I heard what I heard, and I'm not even asking you. I heard what I heard, but I needed you to confirm I heard what I heard. So I'm like, baby. And I like hear his rambling, and I heard like a giggle, hello. So I get so upset. And, I hang up the phone. I get all upset. I'm like, okay. But anyway, I started to think, I was like, you know what? I shouldn't even really react like that. I shouldn't hang up the phone. I shouldn't go into my emotional tantrum and all that little stuff.
Would you?
Even though it's
you would have
okay.
had the right to.
With that, I was just gonna say.
Which you
so
kind of
it's
slick
okay.
did a little bit.
I did. I
know,
hung up the
you-
phone. I powered down my cell phone because I was like, look, I ain't got time for this. But knowing if we was back in the past, that would have been okay. Now I'm not okay, but nigga, you finna come right back home to me. So I was like, you know what? Let me cut this on. We need to talk about this. So I cut it on. But by the time I cut it on, you pulled up in the parking lot. So I'm like, okay, we going to have this conversation one way or another. And you walks in the door.
And you wasn't talking to me.
And you like,
at
baby, why you
all.
hang up?
This was the...
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
I'm trying to figure out what she know.
Exactly. Oh my
I'm trying to figure out what she...
Exactly.
What the hell did she
ain't trying to
hear me
spoil nothing.
really say? Because did I say that shit out loud for real? Or did she, or did I mumble it clearly? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how much did I mumble. I'm wishing the nigga was the Migos right about now. Where nigga, you couldn't even understand what the fuck I'm saying.
And it be like that sometimes with you too. I'd be like, what did you say?
Exactly. And I wish that was one of those moments.
No. That's why I
wish
sat
that
here and was like, okay, I heard cute and I heard ass and I heard hell. So, nigga, I know what I heard. But anyway, you right. So, yeah, you came through the door.
Yeah, it was straight cold shoulder action.
Cold shoulder.
It was frosty
Cold
as a mug.
shoulder.
Frosty as a mug. AC on in the winter. Type shit in the house. So it was It was rough for that whole. Man, I fucked up my whole Saturday. Basically, I almost messed up the whole weekend, and I was really pissed because I knew I messed up the whole weekend. I was like, oh man, this is just gonna be ugly. Like now I got to deal with the cold shoulder the whole day because now you know what I'm saying. You to learn how to kind of play it. You know what I'm saying? I kind of got to give you kudos a little bit. Because I was like beating myself up the whole damn day. You was walking around not saying shit, acting like you was all right. Walking around, just music playing and playing with the kids, but not saying a damn thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't even looking. Like, I didn't even get eye contact the whole day, it felt like.
Really?
I swear to God. I felt like I didn't get no eye contact. And I'm walking around the house like, man, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a beat up little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like a lost little puppy. You know what I'm saying? Around the house. You know what I'm saying? You washing the dishes. I don't even know how. I just want to come stand by you and watch you wash the dishes.
I'm just like DJ.
I'm just sitting here like a little lost little orphan.
But
like,
y'all want to,
you need me to help?
Right.
You need some help with that? You know what I'm saying? I need to put, I don't even know I don't even know how to ask. Do you need help? You know what I'm saying? I'm just standing.
That's how I knew you was in
I'm like,
wrong.
oh man, this shit is.
Oh my gosh.
This shit is fucking
That's
me
what gave
up.
it away.
You know what I'm saying? And
the actions.
Yeah, that was all. Yeah, so that really worked on me. I was beating myself up the whole day because. Like, nigga, I knew it was bad when you broke out the coloring books. You know what I'm saying? I was like, she done broke out the Zen doodle. You know what I'm saying? The little books, the books, the meditation books.
I know the books. I know the books.
So I was like, oh, shit, yeah. We've been sitting on them for a minute. And we ain't broke them out a minute. We had been and bought some meditation coloring books that got all of these, intricate patterns and designs and beautiful. Geometric patterns and things like that. Kind of a lot of sacred geometry looking stuff. Mm-hmm. So it, and you just basically color it in as a meditation technique or a relaxation technique. Yeah, have positive affirmation. So we've been sitting on them for a long time and ain't really broke them out. So she finally broke them shits out. I knew it was serious. I was like, oh, I need to figure out how to make this shit better. Like she ain't even mad. She done went zen. You know what I'm saying? She done went opposite of mad. She done went zen on the nigga. I'm really concerned. And I knew it couldn't last because it all unfolded the next night. we had to kind of have it out, a little bit.
We had to, I feel like, we in a situation where all the pettiness to a certain extent, like in college when we went through a lot of different things, it could happen, but it's something about that, once you get, and I want to say a certain age, I think once you start to accrue a lot of different things, like, these different responsibilities, you start to kind of feel like you have to shape yourself differently. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was tough, and I think I couldn't really fully be mad because you asked me, you kept, I did what I had to do. I was mommy. I was in mommy mode full effect when you came
and
home.
I think that's mommy like the mode. Perfect defense mechanism because it's like it keeps you busy. Like there's no reason you can't ignore a motherfucker when you a mother with two kids. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a positive way to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so like I said, that's why I was saying kudos because you figured out, I think, a hack. You know what I'm saying? What we call life hacks. You know what I'm saying? When you figure out how to come up with a way
into a positive.
Yeah, basically, or just figure out how to deal with a situation.
Yeah,
you come up with it in a what's the word I'm looking for? A real innovative way, innovative way to deal with a situation, basically.
Yeah.
And that's a life hack right there, and I think that's a life hack that a lot of women might can take away from this situation, especially if you with a person and y'all got kids together, whether you married or not. You know what I'm saying? If you think it's worth being with that person, find you a life hack on how to deal with situations where you don't blow up and jeopardize your whole damn situation, or worse, you know, things get into a domestic situation or a violent situation, anything like that. So find you a life hack so you can deal with your man that ain't gonna be shit at some point in his life. At some damn point, your man ain't gonna be shit. So, hey, we just have to be real with that. You know what I'm saying? Like when your man slip up, don't Lorena Bobbitt his ass, or you know who Lorena Bobbitt is. You know that there's a, like, I think it's back in the 90s when this white woman, she cut off her husband's penis.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah. I don't even know what he did, but
yeah,
I feel sorry for that man.
I know a friend of mine who's a friend of a friend who goes by that. And I was like, I know that ain't her
she
name.
Crazy as hell.
I
don't want to know her. Don't bring her to my house.
I'm talking about if you my Facebook friend, go by Lorena Bobbitt. I feel you, boo. I feel you, because I don't even know who she is, whatever, but just hearing that craziness.
Yeah, that's the shit I'm saying. See, like, that's why I've had to go through many years of work in therapy before we got married. We really been doing this podcast for damn 8 years personally between us. That's true. And this has been therapy for us. So thank God she has moved on from that level.
Now, ladies, it's been tough.
It has.
And I just can't honestly believe that I'm having this conversation to this day, because a few years back, I would have not reacted the way I did. But I can tell you one thing that shaped my behavior. Well, I'm not going to say that it has shaped, but one thing that has been meaningful that stood out since we've been together that I never gotten from, my opposite, my mate, my boyfriend, whatever, or just having a relationship with somebody, is you said one thing to me that somehow lit up a light bulb in my head, and it was you something about you see the bigger picture.
Oh yeah, it's always about the bigger picture, and that's the one thing you have to look at when you're in a relationship, when you married and shit.
You see the bigger picture.
You have to look at the bigger picture. It ain't about the situation that you in
at the present time. It is, but you gotta see the
you know
goal.
what I'm saying? If there's a bigger picture that you have set with a person to build something, you know what I'm saying, to build a legacy or empire or a family or a survival unit, whatever you want to call it. You have to look at the bigger picture. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be little bitty battles and little bitty things on the way to building your empire. It's gonna try to take your empire down. It's gonna try to, what I'm saying? It's gonna try to shut your family down. You know what I'm saying? And the way society is even set up, there's many things that we could get into that works against the family, and specifically the black family.
Oh man.
So if you can't deal with these little situations amongst yourselves, you're not even ready to deal with the enemy. You're not even ready to deal with the outside forces that's coming at you every day.
And it's like you say, working against you to becoming balanced with one another and be able to compromise and be able to just, have each other's back. But that was just one thing you said to me, is that you see the bigger picture and that you never wanted to go to bed mad at each other.
No, you can't do that.
It's little things like that, even though it sounds so simple, but in my life path at that time when I met you, transition from whatever I was dealing with, those little things that you said made a difference. You know what I'm saying? Especially in an intimate relationship, And so I was like, oh, so he don't want to go to bed mad. So so it's certain things you start to look within yourself that, okay,
Take note, lady, fellas. Do not let your lady go to bed mad. Do not let her marinate on that bull. Don't let her marinate on that.
I just will.
Don't let her marinate on it. You'll sleep a lot better. She'll sleep a lot better, and you'll thank each other. You'll appreciate each other in the morning.
Yeah.
If you don't let each other go to bed angry with each other, and you know what I'm saying, then you don't have to worry about getting Lorena bobbited in the middle of your sleep.
Yeah, you may gotta go down that road sometimes because I feel like I must.
You can't be promoting that. You don't promote no Lorena Bobbitt.
Well, I guess I need to redo my research. I'm sorry, I gotta do my research. Yeah. I'm just saying craziness happens, and it's just how you get over that. Like you don't want to have to go through that. But
craziness happens. You know, we got some crazy stories. I don't know if you want to tell all of them.
No, I'm not gonna tell her that. I think everybody know they craziness side of what they've all been through some stuff. I'm just trying not to get into.
I know those are episodes on episodes. Just to be honest, and then some of them it's like, and it's real, man. Like I ain't even gonna lie, it gets real.
I never thought some things would happen that happened between us, but hey,
we can talk about. Y'all be like, wow, man, that's crazy. But
it made us who we are today because of the mindset we had. But anyway, I do want to go back, with this, you done fucked up, right? Because you did fuck up, babe. You fucked up big time.
I did, and that's all I really felt is it's a fuck up. So niggas are mannish, and we had to control our mannishisms. We have to control our little, really the egos, is really where it comes from. Men just seek to conquer, and men, we are really physically driven as far as how we relate to women. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, there's a conflict of interest there when it comes to men and women and being in relationships. And how you deal with the opposite sex. But I don't think any of that, if you're in a real serious relationship, I don't think any of that has ever warranted a true fight to the point, to where you should be trying to break up anything like that. I didn't cheat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't.
So yeah, it's levels to it.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't do anything, that any other normal man wouldn't do. But it wasn't respectful for me to say it in front of my wife. I do admit that, and I do apologize. You know what I'm saying, for that, and that's something that I truly want to apologize for. So because that wasn't cool. You'll never want to make your lady or your woman, your queen, your wife, your goddess, whatever she is to you, you don't ever want to make her feel like she's not the most important woman, you know what I'm saying, in your life, and she's not the most attractive woman in your life, because she deserves to feel that way. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's yours. That's the one you picked. That's the one, and you would want her to feel like that about you. So, it's only good to give that reciprocal, feeling to your mate. You know what I'm saying? So not to say that we gonna ignore it. I mean, you ain't blind. You know what I'm saying? She ain't blind.
I think that's the sticky finger to the situation.
Exactly. It's a sticky, it's gray areas to that.
We know the gray areas because we know as humans that there are, for one other species, but we know that we recognize, attractiveness in whatever areas of life. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to being in a relationship, what I've learned, you just can't cut off things and think things aren't going to happen because you're now committed to one another. Just being a man and being a woman, there's different things that are going to happen. And so I had to come to realization, not that I didn't know it, that of course you're going to see other attractive women. And, I'm going to see other attractive men. That's just human nature, you know what I'm saying? But it's just how you deal. It's just how you react to certain things. Like you say, it's appropriateness. And then you have to make sure you're showing respect.
Right. And I definitely understand that, and I couldn't agree better. And it's definitely all about the respect. The respect factor is probably the biggest thing. But that really brings up another issue to me, because I feel like it's a little bit of a double standard. I've been throwing myself under the bus the whole episode. But let me reverse this for a second. Let me put my Uno reverse card down. And what I want to do is bring up this double standard, because I feel like women kind of get away with doing this all the time, because women always kind of sexualize male celebrities. So, men, we kind of sit back and we don't really bring it too much attention, because we not really usually too much threatened by that, because it's celebrity. And we the odds is that you see Shamar Moore or some nigga like that, it's going to be, slim to none. So we not really too threatened by that a whole lot. So we just kind of give it a pass. But if we do it, you know what I'm saying? It's a problem. It's a real big problem. And it might not even have to be nobody famous. It could be, like I said, some girl just walking out the store, or we might just notice somebody at the mall, or whatever the case may be. It could be a big problem. So I just feel like it's a little bit of a double standard kind of when it comes to that, because every time Michael B. Jordan, I'm gonna throw him out here because I done seen #Killmonger, and I ain't even seen the movie yet. All weekend, Michael B. Jordan plays this character. He's like the villain, I guess, in the Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
And the girls going crazy. You know what I'm saying, over Michael B. Jordan.
What
they just saying everything. They, you know what I'm saying, they, except, I guess they kind of mad. I don't want to get no spoilers, because I hear, like I said, he's the bad guy, so he ain't doing so many good things in the movie. But other than that, they willing to deal with those bad things
because the way he looked.
You know what I'm saying? Because Michael B. Jordan looking good or whatever. So like I'm saying, it's just I feel like it's a little bit of a double standard when it comes to that.
I mean, I can understand that. I mean, like we mentioned before, I think it's just there's a time and a place. It's all about the appropriateness. I don't know why I get a tongue twister saying that word, but and I think what you were trying to say is dealing with somebody being a celebrity versus somebody that you can just walk up to or whatnot. You feel like it's not weighed equally to a certain extent, or you were just like, well, we get mad. Look, I'm trying to, because you said two things that threw me off. I'm kind of thinking about the guy in Black Panther and the celebrity, which I guess
yeah, just whatever, any kind of male celebrity. That's what like I said, it could be, you could throw anybody, Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? You could throw anybody in the mix. You feel me? I feel like women do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me all the thousands of women that be in them concerts is single.
And see, that's, I guess, where my perspective is, because I'm like, you saying it like it's so blatantly out there, and I'm like, well, who are these?
It is blatantly out there.
No, I'm just saying. So there's the people that are speaking out on this, the women that are speaking out on this, are they single? Are they? Do you know if they're in a relationship?
Man, they not always single. They not always single.
Okay.
They not always single. It be married women. It be married people that, I mean, like I said, but we, like, the men are usually not too bothered by that, I don't think, as the women are when it comes to that.
Y'all kind of just brush something off the
we
shoulder,
just not really too bothered by it. I feel like we already understand it. I think that's the difference between the way men and women are wired. It's like we already get the physical attraction aspect, so we understand that automatically you're gonna have that because that's how we wired. But y'all might not be wired like that. Y'all a little more emotional connected, so you feel like, physical attraction equals emotional attraction, and that's not the case when it comes to men. But that more so might be the case when it comes to most females, though, because y'all are more.
It's hard to
geared.
separate.
Yeah, y'all can't help. Y'all can't
just,
separate the two.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So that I think that's the difference. You know what I'm saying, and that's why it gets confusing, and those things get, you know, those things become a big problem when you become married and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you in a relationship and shit or whatever it is you're doing. It's just gonna become an issue. It's gonna become an issue because that's how we wired. You know, we have to deal with that, face that, and how are we gonna move on and not let that become a petty situation because eventually that becomes childish. It becomes like a
right.
You don't,
exactly.
Yeah, you don't grow. You like we still dealing with that. Like damn, it's like kindergarten.
But you just have to address that, and you know, people may not just be on a certain level. You know. At a time because they may have to go through things and they may haven't been through things to make, you know, that stir up certain feelings. So, I mean, after so long, you should be able to handle it. And I think, you know, just going back to, you know, women addressing the opposite sex, you know, being attractive, I just think it's just a way of you showing that because we know that, like you say, men know that that's just human nature. Y'all know that y'all gonna see, you know, women gonna see other attractive men. So, but I just think how you respond to it is just a way of respect. You know,
that's real.
So at the end of the day, and that's all what it comes down to: respect.
Respect. You know, and I think that's all across the board. Whether you liking people on Instagram. I know that's a big issue nowadays.
Exactly.
The Instagram
how are
thing,
you expressing the way
or
you
Facebook
feel.
thing. Like, oh, you like this picture? You know what I'm saying? That shit can fuck your weekend up.
That'll
you know what I'm saying? So you had to like all of that, but at the end of the day, you had to get past it or realize what y'all relationship level, what y'all able to deal with. You know what I'm saying? If that's something y'all can't grow to get over, then. Are y'all willing to deal with each other on that level, or do y'all have to grow? Are y'all willing to grow, or you have to separate? Like, what is it's only so many options that you really gonna have at the end of the day, and if you don't want to be by yourself, you're gonna have to deal with that issue 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I guess some people will find a relationship that's perfect and they don't have to deal with that, but odds are somebody's dealing with that behind the scenes. They just don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just might not know your opposite sex is thinking these thoughts.
Right.
You just might not know they mumble these things under their breath. You might not know they might like certain people's pictures, and so it's just at the end of the day, you're gonna have to deal with it, and you have to grow from it, and those are things you have to talk about. And that kind of leads me really to the lessons. The whole point of this whole episode of you done fucked up is to really just expose that the whole concept of we all do things, especially men. I know it's usually our ass, so that's why it was based off something I did because I know I probably do something all the time and that we can probably use something every week. But
not necessarily.
Not really. But men, we love mannish and we do our little stuff. So
y'all are out there.
So
loose.
Yeah, exactly. Not the loose.
Free, not loose. I'm sorry. Not loose. Y'all are just so free. And that's the thing. You just kind of have to, as women, both sexes just have to learn how to put each other in each other's shoes. Like, we have to learn how to flip the script in order to kind of at least get some kind of understanding, and then you got to talk it out.
You got to talk it out.
That's
exactly. And that brings me back again to my lessons because I kind of picked up 4 kind of points from this whole, you done fucked up. Let me hear it one more time.
You know you done fucked up, don't you?
You know you done fucked up. So I picked up 4 lessons from this. Let's start with admitting when you're wrong.
Okay.
Number 1 is whenever you make that mistake, I think the one of the smartest things you can do is go on and admit that thing.
When you know it, you gotta know. I'm glad you said that, because there are times where you're in a situation you know you're in the wrong. But
No, you done fucked up.
You know you're in the wrong.
But there are times where you may be like, well, we got to talk this out, because this is what I feel was going on, and vice versa. You may feel something totally different, so you got to talk it out. But definitely,
definitely. So go on and admit it. Go on and get it over with. Don't prolong it, because the shit gonna get worse. So go on and get it out the way. Number 2 is having reciprocal respect. It's a level of respect that you got to have. We all know the golden rule. You learned that shit when you was 2. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Simple. Pretty damn simple. Seem like it is, but we have a problem doing that. Even in 2018, we still hadn't got that.
Treat people like you want to be treated.
Go ahead and treat them how you want to be treated. Have that reciprocal respect. Treat them like your king. Treat them like your queen, your god. Whatever level you on with that. Let's get on that level with it and keep that level of reciprocal respect. Number 3, have open, honest, objective discussions, kind of like we ended up doing today. This is an open, honest, objective discussion, and I think every couple should be having those pretty frequently, because if you're going through something, you need to be talking about it. Communication is like the biggest thing. I'm really big on communication, and I believe she'll tell you that. I'm very big, very big on communication. If you are with a
Virgo, or you've been around a Virgo, they are big on communication.
Yeah, we're very big on that. So you're gonna have to talk about it. You're gonna have to talk about this thing, and that's healing. That's therapy. If you listen to this podcast right now, that's communication. You know what I'm saying? We need it. You listen to the radio every day. You're looking at media. They call it mass communication. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do it. It's the biggest thing going, the communication. So from the biggest level, the mass communication, to the smallest level in your relationship, you got to have that communication. It's the biggest thing going. So if you don't communicate, your relationship going to get failed, and you ain't going to never be married and shit. So number 4, I'm sorry. I just did number 3.
You did?
Yeah, that was to have the open, honest, subjective discussions. Yeah. Number 4, the last lesson from this discussion of the day, is find positive ways to deal with issues. The life hacks, or what I'm dubbing for our show, Married and Shit, it's gonna be called the marriage hacks. So anytime we find some good, innovative way to deal with something in our relationship, that you guys can use, it's gonna be called a marriage hack. So find you a marriage hack. You know what I'm saying? Find a way to deal with it, and find positive things to do. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I had so much emotions build up, and you know me, it is a Gemini. We can react faster than we need to. We need to kind of somehow think for a minute. So when I know something is really, is gonna kind of take control of my mind, I have to kind of put my thoughts somewhere else or concentrate somewhere. So coloring pretty much helped. I relieved, all the worrying or whatever. I just kind of devoted I can't even get it out. Just kind of focus my thoughts elsewhere, because your thoughts can really
channel the energy.
It can really take control of you if you let it. So you kind of have to control it and put it elsewhere. So
if you got kids, well, damn, take care of the kids.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I had fun too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Do some fun stuff with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Take them out, do something fun, or get you a coloring book. You know what I'm saying? Find you a hobby, whatever your hobby is. Do that. But find something constructive and productive. Just don't find something destructive. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So that'll be the final lesson, is just find you a marriage hack when you run into these situations. So, you got anything else you want to say? Chocolate dropping? Melanin popping?
No, I think this was just well, yes I do. I'll just wrap it up and say that, this was very therapeutic for me. I'm sure for both of us, but definitely for, me, and I'm happy to express this to those who may be going through it or, just don't know how to deal with it or whatnot. So I just want to, say thank you all for listening. Hope you got something out of it. Marriage and shit. We're going to give it to you raw.
Yeah, that's how we bring it to the fam.
And just let you know.
Real life issues, real life situations. Always something you can either take away from. If you can't take away from it, you'll be able to at least laugh at us. You know what I'm saying? If nothing else. It how ignorant we is. So
ignorant with a purpose. We ain't.
Yeah, it's ignorant with a purpose though. Ignorant with a purpose, definitely. We ain't gonna just be ratchet for no reason. Ratchet with righteousness. So you know what I'm saying. We doing it real. We doing it wrong. It's Marriage and Shit, episode 1.
You done fucked up right.
You done fucked up right. Let me hit it one time.
You done fucked up, don't you?
All right, and we out.